Good morning out there, in there, out there, up here, down there, from in here, out here. Vivi, you know, asleep by the door after our nice, cool walk. Must have rained last night. Ooh, that yesterday, huh? Ooh, humid, hot. Julie's rubbing her eyes already this morning. Man, oh man. Today, we're going to pick up this coaster. Oh, I'm worn out. You have acorns in your yard? Holy cow. We have about 86,412 oak trees sprouting front yard. So there's my retired guy task for this morning. That and the laundry, run the vacuum. But anyway, there we go. I keep thinking, you know, we need to be able to make mistakes, don't you think? Artists have taught us that a lot. Picasso, I think it was, used to say, you know, follow the mistake. America has bad press about mistakes. No. I always remember in all the wonderful flower pots in France when we were there that had cracks in them. Nobody ran to Home Depot to replace the flower pot. You know, it's just charming. We need to let's make mistakes. They're harmless ones, you know. There are harmless mistakes. Go out of their minds. He spilled the coffee. Okay. Oh man, okay. Aren't these hearings something? They're gonna get out of it. They'll just say it's not true, you know. Can't you just see that instead of, they'll say you can't prove that. Can't prove that. They just made that up. They just said that. Oh. I remember it as a kid. Gosh. Get beat up at recess and get blamed. You caused it. No proof. You're standing there with a swollen eye. Yeah, you learn early about that stuff. You can't prove it. Look at me looking at my notes. See, I keep notes all week because you need to be informed about all this inanity. Yeah. So welcome to the Sentamentalist. A little late with the welcome. Hi, Mark. Vivi does save me though with hugs, and she has this thing where she likes to put her backside up against me in bed. She gets down around my legs. It's fun. It's just, it really is. That's what she likes, and she does that. And she would rather be scratched under here, but she saves you a lot by letting you just hug her. She has so much patience. It's remarkable, just remarkable. I think we ought to be lazy too. We need to be lazy. We just get worn out from dealing with what we don't even have to deal with. We shouldn't have to deal with it, right? Imagine one man and the cohorts affecting the psyche of everybody. I have never, you know, found that being lazy in leisure time, things, crossword puzzles and playing solitaire or watching something is what makes you feel better. I finished a manuscript of poems. Whole new one at this age, huh? Pretty good. They keep saying old people don't write manuscripts, can't write anymore. Well, maybe I can't. But you know, I'm trying to decide. At this stage, I'm not saying, I don't want this to be an ego trip, but I wish somebody would ask me for the manuscript. This age, and after all books and all gone through and blah, 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 blah. Why do I have to go up against 500 other manuscripts? Maybe that's the only fair thing. Maybe that's fair. But I don't know at this point whether I can handle the rejection. I could handle it easier when I was younger because full speed ahead, you know. But to get all that work tossed back at me and said with a big no, whew, that's, I don't know. Is that my ego getting in the way? Boy, I love my one-on-one people. We have such great sessions. They don't need me. Holy cow. I sit there and go, this is marvelous, this is marvelous, this is marvelous, and then try to convince them I'm not just being a nice guy, a sentimentalist. Well, that I am. They are. They're terrific. Holy cow. When today, Caprice and I are going to get together on Zoom. She's out in Jersey. And I gave her this assignment. She's so smart and all these wonderful things. And I gave her this assignment. She said, give me an assignment. I love that she demands these things from me. Tells me straight up. Give me an assignment. No, I want an assignment. Okay, write a mundane poem. I had to read it to you. But that's privacy. But holy cow. And she said, I'm not writing a mundane poem. I can't write a mundane poem. Well, see, that was the sneaky thing. I knew she couldn't. I knew if she did a mundane poem, it would become amazing. And it did. And it was but you know, what's mundane? In her mind, it was these people on a roof fixing the shingles without safety ropes. Now, that's not mundane. That's empathy, worry, care. And I knew it. I knew it. It's like certain students I had, I'd say, you know, dare to be sappy. Go for it. Because I knew they couldn't be. They just couldn't be. That was so good. Mm-hmm. So I look forward to that. 4 o'clock today. You can hack in. Oh, my dear sister Betsy, she goes to the Outer Banks every year with her class friends from college. Ready for that? From college. She graduated in the 70s, early. Every year they've gotten together. Can you imagine the novel that is over all these years? And all these women come together. It's down to maybe a dozen now, but that's a lot. And all those years, all those college pals coming together at the Outer Banks, get a house, have the beach, tell their stories from over the year, see what's happened to them. It's really touching. And it really is who's that novelist who would write that? Huh? Julie, tell me who that is. I know who it is. I can't think of it. I can see it. I can see the cover of the book. Oh, that's awful. Oh, that's awful. There's a wonderful anthology that if you don't have it yet, you must, you know, next time you're out or get online or someplace, go to your local bookstore. The Poetry of Presence. Poetry of Presence. And this morning, isn't this wonderful? Maria Shriver celebrated it on, what is it, the Today Show or something? On one of those morning shows. Maria Shriver said, this is the book. Isn't that wonderful? Poetry of Presence. Beautiful anthology. And my sister and daughter, they love it. It's just one of those books, you go to sleep with it, you wake up in the morning, one poem, that's it. Don't read poems like this, just one, that's enough. Slowly, as Naomi Nye says, poetry is slow talk. We have Ada Limon, the slow down. I really said, okay, so we're going to be lazy, we're going to make mistakes, we're going to slow down, slow talk. What else do I have? Oh, check out the Library of Congress on YouTube. Their site from the Hill Center at the Library of Congress, Talking to Poets. Is the name of the show, the program. Wonderful that the editor, the book editor from the Washington Post, he just loves being with these people, and you just love him to bits. You want to give him a big hug, leap on the screen. But check out Ada Limon, Ross Gay, Mary Ruffle. Mary Ruffle's father and my father were roommates in college. And her father became an Army general who never read her poems. And my dad became a basketball, especially coach. And he didn't read my poems. That's not pity. That's not their thing. I mean, did Mary, try to become a corporal? No. But Mary is such a wonderful character. And here is, I'm just looking to see, before I tell you that, it's so fun out here because where we live, we all gather in the cul-de-sac, right that way. And then everybody brings snacks and something to drink, and we all just hang out and talk about those oak acorns. That's what we do. Okay? It's good. Isn't that wonderful, though? Everybody wants to be together like that. Yeah. So anyway, in the Mary Ruffle, she has these wonderful things to say, and I've told you a couple, like one about Emily Dickinson. But she made this sparkling insight. She said, once a person learns all about poems and all the things, the techniques and everything like that, you know what separates one poet from another? What they notice. And then she prefaced that by saying, poets are people who spend their whole lives noticing things. Now there's a good thing to go with lazy and stuff. And I noticed that. I noticed myself noticing today because of Mary. When I was walking Vivian, I was talking to her. I said, look at this, look at this. And all of a sudden I realized, wait a minute. I've been doing that since I was little. One time we stopped we were on our way on a vacation. We stopped to have lunch. And there was this big field, and I wandered off in the field. I'm like 7. And they called me to come back. It's time to go now. And I said, no, I can't. I haven't looked at every one and said hello to every one of the plants in this field. So we arrived at our destination 4 weeks later. That's about it. But anyway, notice. That's a great thing to do. Notice. That's different than just see, Everybody sees the painting, but did you notice that in that one painting of Monet's lilies down at the Art Institute, there's one little bit of red, only one little down at the bottom, almost center. Little swamp of red. So notice. Did you go camping when you were a kid? We always wanted to go camping. My mother, however, said we could. She gave us permission to go camping as long as we could camp in the lobby of a fashionable hotel. We were allowed to go camping. The title of today's poem comes from a wonderful anthology put out by the Poetry Society of Michigan and edited by the marvelous poet Jennifer Clark. Did her whole book about Johnny Appleseed and other books. But she's a very serving person. She does so much for so many people. And this is an anthology called Michigan Roots by the Poetry Society of Michigan, edited by Jennifer Clark. Okay, poem, Vacation, a fishing village in Maine. Remember last week I had my Maine deal. My mother would not like it here. The smells hanging on after the tide recedes, the slick of diesel lingering after the fishing boats leave before dawn. She needs to sleep late, have breakfast with linen and a cup of coffee on a saucer. Take her time getting dressed. In this town, there is nothing to do but get up early, clean, repair, cook, fish, haul, paint. She was an only child. You can't change that, she reminds us, when it's humid, rainy, turns cold, or warm, snows. We sit in the fog as it settles its soft restraint over the harbor. Weather's bad way out, mutters a fisherman on his way to the pier. Day to stay, fix some nets. We nod. Next to us, a gull's feather, caught in the warped slats of the deck, loosens in the wind and rises into the morning. Notice those feathers. Be kind, try to be cheerful. Thanks for being with me. Take care.